She went from serving word salads to word casseroles. I don't know why they let her leave her office, but she needs to just stay in one place and not travel. And before I keep going, I want to say sorry for my voice. I'm losing my voice, got a little scratchy throat. No, it's not the new variant. But I talk about Kamala Harris, the Vice President of the United States, and you all know my pet name for her is Carmela. Well, Carmela paid a visit to the Vandenberg Space Force base in California, where she was doing God knows what, but apparently she is an ambassador to the space program or, some nonsense like that, where something that she shouldn't be involved in, because we all know she was the border czar, and we know how that's going. But anyways, I don't want to veer off track. She pays a visit to this military installation where they, I assume, build rockets, fire rockets, or do whatever. It's probably loaded with scientists, astronauts, all kinds of mechanical, technical people, and what have you. She was introduced and she went on stage and she began to serve her word casserole. First clip, she goes on to tell all the soldiers that she's talking to how exciting space is. Watch the first one. And by the way, some of the videos not too good, but it's the best I could find for this episode.
It's exciting. It spurs our imaginations. And it forces us to ask big questions. Space, it affects us all. And it connects us all.
Space is exciting. It spurs our imagination. Space affects us all. And it connects us all. Those are the words from the second most powerful person in the United States of America. That is what she had to say to a bunch of highly educated military personnel who do a job that she basically has no clue about, nor do I, or probably any of you, unless you're a scientist or an astronaut. But she went on to make a fool of herself because she knows not what she says. Now, in the next clip, you just got to watch the next clip. She is such a buffoon, and I can't understand why they let her go and open her mouth. Watch this.
International and commercial partners. I think everyone here recognizes how extraordinary space is. Whether it is satellites that orbit the Earth, humans that land on the moon, or telescopes that peer into the furthest reaches.
Space is extraordinary. Satellites orbit the Earth. Men land on the moon. And telescopes peer into the far reaches of the Earth. It's like she's talking to grade school kids because in her mind, she's smarter than them. So she wants to treat them like they're beneath her. So she's talking to them like they're third graders. You think they're there to hear this woman speak, and then this kind of nonsense comes out of her mouth? I'm pretty sure most of them didn't even want to be there for the speech, but because they're military personnel, they were probably ordered to be there. Pretend you're happy. Clap if you will. Make her feel welcome, even though most of you know she's a nitwit. So another clip, she goes on to tell us about a piece of space debris and what it can do. Here you go.
A piece of space debris the size of a basketball, which travels at thousands of miles per hour, would destroy a satellite?
I'm pretty sure that the scientists at this base study this space debris. There's probably millions of pieces of space debris floating around up there. But she had to make a point of telling them that she knows, or she believes, that a piece of space debris the size of a basketball, traveling thousands of miles an hour, would destroy a satellite if it hit it. No shit, Carmela. I don't know how those people standing behind you were able to keep a straight face with that kind of nonsense coming out of your mouth. I'm pretty sure that when she was done, they all had a ball talking about how stupid this woman is. Everything that comes out of her mouth is nonsense, makes no sense, it's garbage. But the last clip I want to show you, it talks about what the United States will no longer do, and it's something, as far as I could see, hasn't been done since early 2000 or 2001, and before that, it was around 1985. Here's the last clip.
I am pleased to announce that as of today, the United States commits not to conduct destructive, direct ascent, anti-satellite missile testing. Simply put, these tests are dangerous, and we will not conduct them.
And there you have it. The United States will not, as of that day, conduct destructive, directed anti-satellite missile testing no longer. And why won't they do it? Because it's dangerous, she said. It's dangerous, and we vow never to do it again. But again, if she did her homework, she would know that it hasn't been done in probably 20 years. And before that, in the mid-1980s. This is the person that whoever's running the show there, because we all know it's not Sleepy, they send her to visit these places of importance. These people have a tough job. They're, again, highly educated, highly trained military personnel who work in the space program. They're sending Carmela there, who is an attorney by trade, I guess. And we all know that she wasn't that wonderful of a DA when she was in California. And then she was a senator, and she did nothing. And now, Uncle Joe needed a running mate. And just like he vowed that he was going to pick the first African-American woman to the Supreme Court, he vowed back then that he was going to have an African-American woman to run with him for the presidency of the United States. And that, my friends, is, in my opinion, the only reason that Kamala Harris is the vice president. She was not a good choice. She would never be a good choice. And quite frankly, she believes in her head that when Joey's all done, which could be any day now, she's going to be the president of the United States. And she's going to take the reins, and she's going to continue to build back better, so they like to say. When in reality, if that ever happens, and Lord, please don't ever let it happen, but if it does, we are in more trouble then than we are now. And we all know what's going on right now. So every time she opens her mouth, she not only makes herself look like a fool, but she embarrasses the entire United States of America. Because you know as well as I do, world leaders are looking at this and saying, what the hell is going on in the USA? They couldn't find anybody better than an old man with dementia or a moron lady who thinks she knows everything and thinks she's important to run the show. People are talking, and it's not good. She's taking a beating on social media every time she opens her mouth. And again, the media like to call her, or everything she says, word salad. But this one, my friends, what I just presented to you is Kamala Harris's word casserole. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already liked this video, please click the like button. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. And if you do, hit the notification bell and you'll be notified when another video is up and coming. Share my videos with your friends and family. I greatly appreciate that. And I hope everybody's healthy and safe. And again, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'll be back soon with something else to talk about. Have a great night.